Hey guys, Alex Khan here, and I want to show off this 1/18 scale diecast replica car based off of the family truckster scene in the first Vacation movie starring Chevy Chase. And I remember as a kid, I watched this movie with my family, and when I watched this movie when I was older, I totally saw a lot of the adult themes that I did not see when I was a kid, and that made me appreciate this movie even more. So yeah, this diecast was made by Greenlight Collectibles, and they've actually made several variants of this family truckster, but this one, in my opinion, is the best looking one. Their other forms of this car are considered, the clean version, and they looked really plain Jane. And one of them didn't even have the luggage plus an Edna on top, so I honestly I looked at all the different options, and I figured that this one was the best looking one out of the different variants of this diecast. But yeah, this is apparently a limited edition, but I looked all over the box, and it doesn't say how limited this car is. Usually they plaster the number on the box somewhere, but I couldn't find it on this one. So it's a really cool addition. It makes it look really dirty, but that said, there are some movie inaccuracies with this car, but I'll talk more about that later on. But yeah, there's some really cool features on here. So the box is pretty cool. It's got that little jump scene when they're in Arizona, when Chevy Chase isn't really paying attention to the road. So apparently they launch into the air over 50 feet. Like, no joke, it was over 50 feet. But that's what's on the box. And then there's some styrofoam inside. And what's really cool, as I said, is it has all the luggage on top, including Aunt Edna's her silhouette right there. Pretty gross, actually, if you really think about it. But yeah, this is a very heavy diecast. Out of all the diecasts that I've shown you on my channel thus far, this one is super duper heavy. I don't know what they put inside it, but it's a lot heavier than normal. If I can figure out some problems with the diecast, I guess one, none of the doors open, and also the front wheels, they don't swivel. It's just gonna point straight no matter what you do. But yeah, this is based off of the well, it used a 1979 Ford Limited car for this. Some sites said that this was the 1980 Ford Limited, but honestly, I couldn't really tell the difference. Plus, with all the modifications that they made to this, to the body, I guess it's really hard to tell. But Barry Customs, Barry Custom Cars is the one who actually worked on this car. Very famous movie car builder. He actually worked on the Green Hornet's Black Beauty. He also worked on the Batmobile and a bunch of other TV movie cars. But honestly, this is one of my favorites. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite road movies of all time. So that said, we can talk about some of the, I guess you can consider them movie inaccuracies with this car, but you wouldn't tell on first glance that it's inaccurate. So yeah, as I said, they make various different forms of this diecast. I chose this one, but this one looked the most realistic. But that said, the only time that the car is this dirty, that's where they're somewhere in Arizona, and then they do that really giant jump that was, as I said, 50 feet in the air, and that's the only time the car got this dirty. But that said, when the car was this dirty, there were several things on this car that would be missing. For example, let's spin around to well, here we'll start with this one. This license plate says Vacation on it. It should say Lou Glutz Motors. That's the name of the car dealership from the movie, and that's the plate that they have. And also, it's dangling. It's not put on straight. This part's accurate. It says monkey lips, but they had to blur that out for obvious reasons. Oh, shoot. And they got monkey lips when they were in St. Louis asking for directions, and that's also when they lost their hubcaps. Okay, so to the movie inaccuracies, as I was saying, when the car is this dirty, that's when it launches in the air. When it launches in the air, it lands really hard and it smashes this front nose here. This part would be completely gone, no license plate whatsoever. And for some reason, this Okay, the hood ornament is crooked, but it's made of like rubber, I think, so it's kind of flexible. Also, at this stage, the driver's side window would be smashed because if you remember in the movie, they stop at, I think it was like a Sonic's drive-through. So Clark Griswold puts the food on the window, and the window just shatters. So there shouldn't be a driver's side window at that stage. Although in the real movie, they did use 5 different variants. Well, they had 5 different cars for the family truckster. Trying to find some more errors. Oh yeah, also, now this is pretty forgivable. Aunt Edna, she isn't on top of the car until it's a very rainy scene. So at that point, this car would no longer be dirty because the rain would have washed this all up. But that said, I can still pull her off easily. And I'm trying to find some more mistakes. Oh yeah, when I was setting up the luggage, I was trying to arrange it like in the movie. I didn't really remember where these things went when Aunt Edna was on top. But I remember when Aunt Edna was on top, she did have her purse on her, and she also had the blue luggages arranged like a chair so that the corpse could sit on it. So hold on, I'm just trying to let this car spin around a little bit more. Oh yeah, if you remember in the movie, before they even get to somewhere in Arizona, that's when Clark's wife loses her vanity luggage. So she would have lost one of these bad boys. And I remember there was also a green piece of luggage too that fell off. And that's what caused them a lot of trouble because they lost their credit cards, they lost a lot of cash, a lot of makeup. I honestly don't remember where this one went and these pieces. But the luggage was always rearranged differently according to the scene. But when Aunt Edna was on top, the back part was like what I have it right now. But yeah, I do wish that these doors would have opened. And I do wish these wheels would have spun. Because that would have been a little bit better because most diecasts have that feature, opening doors and that. The wheels are accurate because I remember his cousin Eddie makes a comment about the green walls on the tires. So very funny movie, and I do like this diecast, even though it's slightly inaccurate. They really should have smashed the front nose on this diecast to distinguish it from the clean version of this diecast. And I like that they put monkey lips right here, and they blurred it out for obvious reasons. This part's really cool. In the movie, he can't find his gas tank. It's right there. So tell me what you think about this diecast. I'll see you guys later.